The champagne pops. The clock strikes 12. But New Year's isn't won at midnight. It's won on the gridiron. Every snap, every number, every edge that matters. Don't just watch the ball drop. Watch the odds drop. College football playoff coverage. Live lines. Smart analysis. All New Year's Day. Only on SportsGrid.
I mean, they couldn't get the Arizona State coach to come out. They couldn't get the BYU coach to leave their job. I mean, it's just very odd, I feel, when we watch this whole thing play out and try and really understand what happened here with Michigan not being able to make some of the splashier hires that they thought they were going to be able to make.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
I know exactly what Patriot Nation is screaming this morning. It's Drake May time. Give him the trophy. MVP. Stop it, please. Just sit down. Yes, Drake May has had a nice season. But let's be real. He has played a JV schedule of defenses. He is carving up the easiest slate of defenses in the NFL this season. Congratulations on your beatdown of the Jets.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Hour number 2, it's New Year's Eve. It's Donnie Rightside, and it's Joe Ranieri bringing in the new year in style. Now, here's what I got going on, Joe. I got college football today bright and early tomorrow morning, so I'll be up at 4:45 a.m. and on the road. So the chances of me making it to midnight are nil. I don't think I've made it to midnight in like 5 years at this point right now. Certainly not going to do that tonight, Joe. So I ask you this question. Are you celebrating tonight with, cheers and banging the pots and pans and the fireworks out there and mimosas in the morning and relaxation? Because me, I got to be able to rise and grind tomorrow morning once again, fresh off the new year.
Yeah, listen, Donnie, that's very responsible of you.
Yes.
I, however, am not that responsible. So yes, I will be up in pots and pans. Also, I will be blowing a lot of things up at midnight, Donnie. I do believe in fireworks here down in South Florida. So yes, should be a lot of fun here right around midnight.
Party on, people. That's how you get down. I like to see that. Like, back in the day, it used to be fun. New Year's Eve, you get the day off. You watch all the college football. Sure. Now, we do have college football tonight, which is going to be good. I'll do my best to try to stay up and watch, but most likely waking up in the morning to find out who won and who covered with Ohio State and Miami. But tomorrow, all 3 games, should be able to watch all 3 of those throughout the afternoon. Good times ahead on the horizon as we get the party started early tonight. New Year's Eve, it's our job to get the people there, Joe, which includes the early lineup and the hottest topics of the day. Nikola Jokic, is he celebrating or not? Because we're always led to believe that he hates basketball, and maybe a month off means he can watch more horse racing, but he's going to be down for about a month. Not season ending for the Nuggets. They breathe a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the first major injury of his career, Donnie. I mean, of all the things, this guy has been kind of an Iron Man. He's been really, really durable here, and this is going to be the most time that he has missed so far in his career. And the guy, he's only averaging a triple-double a game here. I mean, record-breaking stuff this season, and unfortunately right now, the most time he has ever missed through 11 NBA seasons, he's played 69 to 70 or more games in his previous 10 years. So he's going to miss the most time he's ever missed. So what does that mean? What is he when he comes back, Donnie? Only time will tell.
I'll tell you also what time will tell about the Diggs brothers here and what they've been getting into lately here, which includes Stephon Diggs. It's kind of odd where You are a football player. Yes, you're in the limelight here, but you're headed for a playoff run, and you just get hit with felony strangulation charges that are against you. Now, most human beings, and again, football players and professional athletes are wired differently. You probably wouldn't be able to focus on your job knowing that you're up for a felony that could put you away for multiple years if it doesn't work out in your own favor. But Stephon Diggs like, yeah, I didn't do it. I'll see you. I'll be on the football field this weekend. It's kind of odd, but not a good look for the Patriots. But in the realm of sports, let me win this Super Bowl, and if you are guilty, we'll cut you later. But in the meantime, get your butt out there and play some football, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it. I mean, there's really nothing until there is something to know, or the NFL steps in. I would imagine, and I think they already set it up, Donnie, right? The Patriots, where they're standing behind him. So unless something new breaks, I would imagine this probably does not get rectified until after the Super Bowl.
We all remember where the Ravens had a press conference like, we love Ray. He's a strong family man. He made a mistake. And like 30 minutes later, the video came out. I was like, Ray's got to go. We just can't have this in our building anymore at this point. So if there's any video evidence, say good night. But if there's not, they'll play it out and certainly see if they can win a Super Bowl with him. How about Trayvon Diggs? He's been waived by the Cowboys. We're led to believe that it was, hey, I just want to take a flight different than your flight. Oh, no, cut me. Stop the madness, man. There's so much stuff boiling under the surface between Trayvon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys that they decided to let him go. And we're led to believe like, oh, they did it so he can latch onto a football team and see if he can make a playoff run. Stop the madness. We didn't get the whole story here, Joe.
No, we didn't. I mean, he was a second-round pick in 2020 out of Bama, and he signed a pretty good extension a couple of years ago, but he's got no more guaranteed money left on it. He's going to clear waivers because nobody's writing him a $500,000 check to play in Week 18. But I do believe if he is healthy, and he played in the last couple of games, in fact, he played 100% of the snaps last game, Donnie, against Washington. I don't think there's any reason to think he can't sign with a team for a playoff run.
Let's get some context for this next Charlie Baker announcement that he had by talking to the Rutgers head coach on signing some older players.
A lot of teams have been adding guys or pursuing guys mid-season.
Yeah, let's go. You got anybody for me? Let's go. You got any eligibility left?
I have 4 years. I don't know if you want me on the roster.
Let's put it in. Let's see if we can get you some eligibility here.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but are you pursuing anybody?
Yeah, you have to. Whoever's out there, you try to pursue. Like it's a weird world. I'd like to get a 36-year-old with 4 kids and hungry for a job. I'd like to get one of those guys. We'll see if one of those guys is available. But, yeah, I mean, you got to pursue, any lead that you have on anybody, and then got to go through all the steps to try to make it happen. It's very complex.
Sure, but as we sit here right now, do you anticipate adding anybody?
I hope. I'll keep your fingers crossed, all right? You'll be the first one to know.
In-season acquisitions in college basketball of professional athletes. Who would have saw this coming, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, well, these guys did. And I'll tell you else, Jay Wright of Villanova, when he retired, Coach K, when he did. I mean, you can go down a list of the amount of great college coaches that saw the writing on the wall, and they were like, nope, want nothing to do with this train wreck that's going to be happening. And that's exactly where they are.
It's hard enough to recruit players to get to your school. Then when they get to your school, every year you have to re-recruit them. And some say they're unhappy and just leave. And others say, boy, we had a great season, coach. I think I'm in line for more money. They go, what? And then he leaves for some other program at this point. Because Charlie Baker also, now he's saying the NCAA has teeth, and these records have been on the books for years. We just have to enforce them. You have no teeth whatsoever at this point, where you're just waiting for some lawsuits to hit against you, and it all blows up in your face anyway. The NCAA isn't enforcing anything here, Joe.
No, they're not, and they're doing it purposely, Donnie. They're doing it, and they keep pointing the fingers at Congress and judges who have ruled against them. They're throwing their hands up in the air and being like, well, what do you want from us? They basically shoot down every rule we've come up with, so nothing we can do. Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
We'll see about Chip Kelly also going back to the Big Ten. Last time we saw him in the Big Ten with Ohio State, worked out pretty good for him. Now he's back at Northwestern. And does Northwestern still have that odd football field in the middle of the lake? Like, what are they doing there, too?
No, new stadium, I believe, right?
Is what it this
they're
year?
building.
Back?
Yeah, I think it's this year. If not, it could be one more year. But yeah, listen, I mean, congratulations, Chip Kelly. You know, just when you think you can get rid of him, Donnie, he pops up in a different place. And this guy is 2 years removed from being the OC on a national championship team with Ohio State. And now, now he's at Northwestern. Unreal.
And by the way, Ryan Field that they played for before that, like, who even made that stadium? It was an abomination to look at. So at least they'll get something nice, new, and shiny there in the Chicagoland area. How about Anthony Rendon? He stole a lot of money for a lot of years for LA. And eventually they said, look, if you're not going to go away, we're going to pay you to go away. And Anthony Rendon, he hates baseball, but he doesn't hate money.
Unbelievable. 35 years old. He's owed $38 million for the final year of a 7-year, $245 million deal, which he never, ever lived up to, Donnie. He was, strike while the iron is hot. He is the poster child for that. That's exactly what he did and never lived up to it.
CMC carrying those San Francisco 49ers. He's a bit banged up. That back's flaring up. He's probably going to be in line for another 25 touches this weekend against Seattle, but he didn't practice yesterday. Any thoughts on that, Joe? You scared? He'd say, oh, no, he's not. Is he going to pull Lamar Jackson? Oh, my back hurts.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, listen, if it's one thing we've learned about CMC is that you're going to have to handcuff him and leave him out. He will do everything in his power to get back on that field, especially for a game that might decide whether or not they get to stay home throughout the playoffs.
Amazing stuff, man. The dude is a warrior, and the San Francisco 49ers looking for that one seed. No, we're looking for next, the Prime Minister of Canada. You know who that is. It's Cam Stewart. He's up next.
The champagne pops. The clock strikes 12. But New Year's isn't won at midnight. It's won on the gridiron. Every snap, every number, every edge that matters. Don't just watch the ball drop. Watch the odds drop. College football playoff coverage. Live lines. Smart analysis. All New Year's Day. Only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I mean, they couldn't get the Arizona State coach to come out. They couldn't get the BYU coach to leave their job. I mean, it's just very odd, I feel, when we watch this whole thing play out and try and really understand what happened here with Michigan not being able to make some of the splashier hires that they thought they were going to be able to make.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Crosby has now left the team, by the way. He's pissed. Anyway, you look at it, he's angry. He wants to play. He doesn't like what they're doing here. There's all sort of speculation.
This might be the final straw, George, for him there? Like, I don't know why he stays. Yeah, I know. The thing is, he's got a Raider freaking tattoo. Like, the guy loves the Raiders. Like, he really does love playing for the Raiders. But and now, like you said, he's not happy about this.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
It's New Year's Eve, bringing in the new year. Better do it in style, and we certainly are doing that here on the Early Line on the SportsGrid Network. Sonny Wright said it's Joe Ranieri, and look at this man, it's Cam Stewart. He's ready for the new year. You know it. It's stylish. It's profitable. It's the Seahawks this weekend. There's hockey to talk about. There's a lot going on, Cam.
Oh, Donnie, what do we got tonight? We got Miami, Ohio State, too. Just the appetizer before the buffet on New Year's Day. Like, this is unbelievable stuff right now. We got golf around the corner. Joe, nice to see you. Governor of Florida, Donnie Rightside, the president of all things gambling, and the prime minister. We got things happening, Donnie. I love the card tonight. I love a lot of things. We can go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
It's New Year's. New Year's to me, another Monday night. Probably party harder on a Tuesday, but who cares? And it's like Christmas. Hey, it's amateur night, but we're going to have some fun. I don't care about the bars and this and that. I want to stay home, watch the games, and make some money and roll it into the new year because golf's around the corner. And you know me in golf, I have a real problem. Click, 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 click. Too many clicks.
I love it. I love it, Cam. By the way, let me ask you this question. Like, you are a big-time NHL fan. We love this.
I am.
The Winter Classic used to be, let's go to Buffalo. Let's go to Edmonton. We're going to play in temperatures where we're not even sure it's safe for the players to be out there, and they have to bundle up here as if they were playing in Winnipeg as a kid at 5 years old at minus 25 degrees. The Winter Classic today, or so would say this weekend, Cam, are we playing in tank tops down there in Florida? What are we doing?
I'll tell you one thing, Donnie. At least Florida can get a little bit like chilly. I know I was watching the Music City Bowl in Nashville, and people were wearing toques. So you know what I mean. But Joe will tell us in the summer he's on his boat catching marlin. But you know what? You're right. I always expect the Winter Classic, but this is Gary Bettman's NHL. Let's go to Carolina. Let's go to Tampa Bay, Florida. These are successful markets. Hell, Donnie, being in Toronto, what the hell? You're going to have a Winter Classic here with a bunch of guys from Bay Street talking about their stocks? At least, you know what? Tampa Bay is one thing. Like, they have good fans. Florida, that's a whole different story. But I think Joe can attest to this. It doesn't matter. When the Miami Heat were good, did anybody go? No. Florida Panthers, people will show up at the parade. They're winners. I just want to know what's going to happen when these teams suck. But I prefer it in cold weather. The worst, though, guys, was when they took it. Remember when they took it to, like, in Colorado and the sun was shining on the ice and Nathan McKinnon skating in slush, almost breaking his ankle? So let's make sure we check the weather forecast before we go wild. But I'd prefer it in, you know, and they have the stadium series. Like, you know, you go to Wrigley, Yankee Stadium, like they do in the Pinstripe Bowl. I like that stuff. I'd like to keep it cool, but this is the modern day NHL. They gotta put it in hot weather places, and we'll see what happens. I just want to win money on the game, Don. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't care where they play. They can play in my backyard.
Cam, it's the funniest. It is literally, guys, 38 minutes. Where they put this inside where the Marlins play, and yet the Panther Stadium is 38 minutes down the road that you can go. You already have an ice rink there. It's called where the Panthers play. Why would you 38 minutes put it inside Lone Depot Park where the Marlins play? It makes there's nothing winter about any of this. Just play it at the Marlins home stadium. That's all. I mean, play it where the Panthers play, Cam. Why put all the effort in?
I don't even understand what's going on, Joe. And you know, to get to a Panthers game, people don't understand. I went a long time ago when they used to, like, actually give you like a bottle of Smirnoff, you know, a free meal ticket and tickets to the game. It's in Sunrise, Florida. I'm walking through like a guy selling. Yeah, it's Joe. The guy's selling like guns and knives at like a friggin' like garage sale. I'm like, oh, aren't we going to the Panther game? You know what I mean? I was leaving Boca Raton. My girlfriend's like, where the hell are we? I go Panthers. Stanley C. Panther. He's a tough guy to catch. But yeah, no, this whole thing's a gong show, Joe. I'll tell you. Like, you know, I prefer it in the cold. I want it to be. You know what? You put it in Edmonton, like the old days, or Montreal, where the goalies had to put toques on their head because it was so damn cold. Ask Morency. When we were kids, we used to play outdoor practices in minus 20 and 30. The pucks were frozen. Like, you didn't want to get near. That's fun. But you know what? This is the world we're living in right now. Wussified. Nobody wants to get cold. Nobody wants to play. You're already making millions of dollars. Suck it up for a day. That's my take. Anyway, thank you, Joe.
I like that take. Cam, we need a take here on some NFL action on Saturday night. You see the helmets behind Cam. He loves the Seahawks there. They're going to take on Sam Darnold. It's going to be on the road to take on Purdy. One team has a defense, one doesn't. But the question's always going to come up. Brock Purdy's been on fire as of late. If Sam Darnold can somehow match Brock Purdy, I got to tell you, the 1.5-point favorite now, Seattle Seahawks, will get that number. Seahawks, number 1 seed, Cam. How's that sound?
It sounds amazing, Donnie, and we're going to need it. I'm going to tell you that last game in Carolina, the defense really stepped up and the offense was a little bit sloppy. But here's what I like about the Seahawks in this spot. Actually, we opened up at plus 1.5. We've had a total line flip. Interesting. Kind of disrespectful to the 49ers at home, but I'm going to say this. Kenneth Walker, I don't know why they've been bottling up the whole game. I understand Charbonnet's the guy, but you have to unleash the beast. You need a running game to pound the 49ers into oblivion and set up the pass for Sam Darnold. Jackson Smith-Njigba, Carolina did a good job against him. But you know who's really stepping up for Seattle, guys? A.J. Barner. the tight end out of Michigan's been really, really solid lately. And I'm going to tell you one thing, watching the Bears slice apart that 49ers D, that's the advantage in the game. I know Seattle, their offense can be spotty, but that defense is damn good. I'm taking them guys. And Joe, I don't know what to tell you, Joe and Donnie, but Tampa Bay, you want to burn money? Just give it to the Buccaneers. It's a last. I can't believe it. Carolina could have done something with this game. This line is under 3. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in the spot as Baker Mayfield finds a way to get it done against Carolina. I think they win the game probably right around 3 or 4. It's going to be a dogfight. So Seahawks and Bucks for me in the Saturday games, and basically in the college football game, I do lean under. Very low total at 41 with Miami and Ohio, but you've seen Bain Jr. Joe, that's your backyard. You've seen the Hurricanes play. Great athletes, high draft picks in the NFL. Very solid team. I'm going to take these guys. I think they can cover the number. If they get to Julian Sand, they can hang around in this game. I really worry about Carson Beck in that offense, but the defense is very solid for the Miami Hurricanes. Going to take a shot with the under, lean to the Hurricanes.
Should be some fun to watch here, but also we got to talk about Cam Stewart and his dual citizenship here between Canada and the United States, because Buffalo has allowed him as a returning son now, and the Sabres seem to be catching fire at the same time. Cam's like, I'm buying into the Sabres.
Where's my Sabre sword? Are you going to fill that baby with some nice Schlitz? Or back in Buffalo, it's Genesee Cream Ale, everyone. For everyone, Happy New Year. I'm telling you, tough game tonight, those guys. You got it, Joe. We're back, baby. 9 wins in a row. The Sabres are the hottest team in the National Hockey League. But going into Dallas, Big D, tough one. I really want to take Buffalo, but Dallas is so damn good. But you know what? I might take a shot. I'm just going to ride that Sabre train. The Sabres are high.
Stay high in the new year, Cam Stewart. He's our guy.
The champagne pops. The clock strikes 12. But New Year's isn't won at midnight. It's won on the gridiron. Every snap, every number, every edge that matters. Don't just watch the ball drop. Watch the odds drop. College football playoff coverage. Live lines. Smart analysis. All New Year's Day. Only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. But sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I mean, they couldn't get the Arizona State coach to come out. They couldn't get the BYU coach to leave their job. I mean, it's just very odd, I feel, when we watch this whole thing play out and try and really understand what happened here with Michigan not being able to make some of the splashier hires that they thought they were going to be able to make.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Crosby has now left the team, by the way. He's pissed. Anyway, look at it, he's angry. He wants to play. He doesn't like what they're doing here. There's all sort of speculation.
This might be the final straw, George, for him there. Like, I don't know why he stays. Yeah, I know. The thing is, he's got a Raider freaking tattoo. Like, the guy loves the Raiders. Like, he really does love playing for the Raiders. But and now, like you said, he's not happy about this.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Predictive markets. We love to have fun in these markets here, Joe. And coming down to the end of the regular season in the NFL, some of these markets will be closing quickly, but also unintended circumstances of some of these guys can cash in tickets late in the season from players that we didn't think probably would be cashing any tickets at all. Let's take a look here at the Offensive Rookie of the Year winner. For most of the season, it was Ted McMillan. Oh, he's going to walk away with this thing. It's going to be easy, but here comes Tyler Shuck, who's who's been fantastic down the stretch and playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Ted McMillan is still a 59% chance right now on the Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he's down 10% with that chance, and Tyler Shuck is at 34%, up 12%, Joe. Could we get some late static here and a victory in this market for Shuck, or is it too little, too late at this point? Should have did it earlier, kid.
No, I think especially if he wins this game on Sunday, Donnie, a game which, by the way, now has implications as to who makes the playoff, because it's not good enough for Tampa just to win on Saturday. Tampa has to win and has to hope New Orleans beats Atlanta. Otherwise, Carolina is in. So listen, keep it rolling. Going on the road and winning that game in Atlanta, I think would go a long. Yeah. Who else would you talk about besides him at that point? My goodness.
It feels like, Joe, the extracurriculars, I'd like to say, like if Ted McMillan and Carolina go down to Tampa and win that game, and Ted goes for 5 for 95 and 2 scores, he's probably going to win it. But at the same time, if Carolina goes down to Tampa as a no-show, Ted has 2 catches for 12 yards and no touchdowns, and Tyler Shuck's out here wheeling and dealing and dominating against the Atlanta Falcons and getting another victory for the Saints, that could sway you. But I'm telling you right now, Joe, the guy that's sitting out there, he's put up good statistics. If he wins his final game, and I'm talking about Jackson Dart, Dart's got much better stats than Shuck because he's played a long time, and Ted McMillan on a team that might not be in the playoffs, why not Jackson Dart with a good performance against the Dallas Cowboys here, Joe?
Why not? And you're right, Donnie. I mean, that's also taking that into consideration. Does he have enough games? You know, I think a lot of this is going to be top of mind, Donnie. Like, who do we think has the better matchup? If we're just going with those two guys, who's got the better matchup here? A depleted Cowboys defense going up against Jackson Dart, or an Atlanta team that found a little bit of something here trying to end the season on a high note. It feels like maybe Jackson Dart could be worth a flyer given the fact that he's likely going to put up some points here against this Dallas defense.
How about this one? Which conference wins the championship? Who gets the Lombardi? Is it the NFC? Is it the AFC? Currently, right now, it is the NFC with a 57% chance, and the American Conference, which is the AFC, is at a 43% chance. I do think, Joe, the NFC is better than the AFC, but it's a pretty close fight right now.
Yeah, but at that price, Donnie, I would only bet the AFC. Because I think it's a little bit closer to maybe 50, you know what I mean? 53, 47, somewhere in that ballpark. But not at any given Sunday, right, Donnie? And if you're going to give it to me at 43 cents right now, 43%, I'm good. I'll take a shot on the AFC, no doubt.
Denver Broncos, New England Patriots fight for that spot. The red-hot Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll see if they go up against the NFC again, where they say, hey, the Rams are the best team. The Rams might not even get there because they blew it over the past 2 to 3 weeks here with dropping in their seeding. They were supposed to be the 1 seed and the hottest team. Now no longer the case. Is it the Eagles who are in that 3 spot? How about the 2 spot? Could it be the Chicago Bears or even the 49ers getting hot at the right time? Hockey, Stanley Cup playoff qualifiers. Let's take a look here at some of these markets, Joe, as I take a look at the Capitals. 87%. The Kings, 82%. The Panthers, 76%. But by the way, down 10% in the marketplace right now. Anaheim Ducks, 71%, Joe. Market qualifiers for the Stanley Cup. Seems like the Caps are already punching their ticket, according to these predictive markets.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. So I do think that not a lot of juice left there, though. Huh, Donnie? Is there more money in just fading them?
Yes. More money, definitely just fading back. How about my Philadelphia Flyers at a 48% chance? Ooh. We're actually up a percentage. Let's get that to 51% so the Fly guys can actually make it into the playoffs and have a home game so you people like me can actually cheer for the Flyers once again. We go all the way down the script here. Let's see. Who's down the bottom, Joe? 5%. Vancouver Canucks. Any bites there? The Kraken, 5%. Tough scene for Seattle.
I see. And you know what? Seattle was looking better early on, but they've kind of hit a brick wall there. So now save your money there. Save your money. Not going to be a Cinderella.
Yeah, take Seattle Kraken. What is that at the greenest stadium in the world at Climate Pledge Arena? How about this? Smoke some cigars, eat some meat in there, burn some gas. Seattle moves up that list here, people. What do you think about that action? We're going to get to some NFL action this weekend. Coming up next right here on the Early Line.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Maybe if the Raiders draft Mendoza, they don't want to rush him into it. Maybe the Colts want Rodgers to be the stopgap in between Daniel Jones coming back. Maybe the Cardinals need to figure something out. Maybe the Browns, if they don't draft. None of that to me feels a 0% chance. I just think it's interesting.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
I know exactly what Patriot Nation is screaming this morning. It's Drake May time. Give him the trophy. MVP. Stop it, please. Just sit down. Yes, Drake May has had a nice season. But let's be real. He has played a JV schedule of defenses. He is carving up the easiest slate of defenses in the NFL this season. Congratulations on your beatdown of the Jets.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The champagne pops. The clock strikes 12. But New Year's isn't one at midnight. It's one on the gridiron. Every snap, every number, every edge that matters. Don't just watch the ball drop. Watch the odds drop. College football playoff coverage. Live lines. Smart analysis. All New Year's Day. Only on SportsGrid.
I swear a week and a half ago, looking at the NFL slate for Week 18, Joe, and I was cringing. Like, we might not get a single game that means anything in here, and that would be a disaster. Only to find out 2 meaningful games on a Saturday and a plethora of season-ending games on Sunday. Yeah, you're going to get that because not everybody's involved. But a lot of games that mean something in seeding, and more importantly, a Sunday night football game between Baltimore and Pittsburgh that winner goes into the playoffs, loser goes home. Aaron Rodgers. They will be home, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're an underdog. And we don't even know who the quarterback is going to be for the Baltimore Ravens. Are we being set up, Joe? We're now looking at a 3.5-point spread as a road favorite for Baltimore. Huntley or no Huntley, Lamar Jackson or no Lamar Jackson. Are we underselling Pittsburgh, or is it, boy, without DK Metcalf, they have nothing downfield, and they showed us exactly what they are against Cleveland.
And that's the problem, right? Now, will the Baltimore defense do what, Cleveland did to, there was an awful lot of interest in keeping Aaron Rodgers upright and keeping you-know-who away from him. So I don't know that they have that same kind of fear with this front of the Baltimore Ravens, who, by the way, just Malik Willis lit them up there for how many points. So I think that in the history of this, the trend tells us take the underdog, especially if you can get, 3.5, Donnie, is what you tell. Take the underdog in this series, especially with Tomlin at home catching points here. I think Lamar's playing. I just think all of this is BS. I think he's going to be out there one way or the other. I don't know if he finishes the game, but he's going to start this game. I think it's dog or pass in this spot. I really do.
Yeah, again, Steelers are at home. Getting T.J. Watt back, no small feat, one of the best pass rushers in the game. That'll make a difference. And also understand this. I'm not saying I like Pittsburgh at this point. We're still trying to figure out who the quarterback's going to be and how it plays out. Yeah. But understand this. Going up against Cleveland's pass rush and going up against Baltimore's pass rush, completely different scenario. Like, they were also last week, you had cold temperatures, rainy temperatures, windy conditions. That's not going to be the case. Yes, it'll be cold in Pittsburgh, but you know who's the king of cold weather quarterbacking? It's Aaron Rodgers. Didn't you see him a couple weeks back taking on a bad Miami Dolphins team? It was freezing cold. He lit that team up. We'll see how it plays out. A lot of fun as we go. Let's take a look at another AFC tilt. The New York Jets, they don't want to win. They're actively tanking. We get that. But the Buffalo Bills are in a position where it's like, all right, well, if we win, we could move our seeding up, but is that important? And Josh Allen is banged up. Hence, Joe, the 12.5 look-ahead line down to 7 and 7.5 now across the board. Buffalo's backups probably should be able to beat the New York Jets backups, but the question is, they'll tell you Josh Allen is playing, but we don't know if Josh Allen's going to play one snap or one quarter. That's the difference.
Yeah, and it won't make a difference, Donnie, because the Jets aren't going to be able to stop them running the ball anyway, and I think that's exactly what Buffalo is going to do here, and it doesn't make a difference who the quarterback is going to be. I think they're just going to run run again, run some more, try to work on some things, give some guys some reps. It's Buffalo will have no problem literally running away with this game here, Donnie. I think it's a discount actually from where it should have been to where it's going to land.
Yeah, again, watching some of those reports, which these numbers changed drastically this week because the coaches give you little hints. Let's talk about this next game here. It's Philadelphia and it's Washington. If the Eagles win against Washington and the Chicago Bears lose to Detroit, which isn't too far-fetched at that point, and that spread's sitting at like 2.5, which we'll get to a little bit later in the week. But understand this. If I look at the Eagles backups can probably beat the Commanders, but the Eagles are in one of those realms where their coaching staff, and hear me out on this, when the coaches at the beginning of the week, usually what happens, Joe, right after the football game they play before this week 18. Next week, it's a football game. We're playing our starters. That's usually how it starts, right? And then midweek, it's like, well, I don't know if we want to play it. But the Philadelphia Eagles, right after the game on Sunday, told you, we're going to have conversations about what we're going to do this week. That means their starters aren't playing because coaches stand on that hill until they don't. They never start the week and go, we don't know what we're doing. And then by Thursday, go, oh, full gas starters, we're all playing here. Tanner McKee is going to start that game, which is a very good backup option. But the question is, the Eagles winning this game and also Washington, why do they want to win this game? Like, last stand heading into the offseason, all you do is hurt your draft position at this point. It's an interesting game that finds the Eagles as 7-point favorites.
I think, and the Eagles are home, right, Donnie, in this game?
Correct.
So
yes,
the Eagles get the closeout. I think it's going to be the Tanner McGee show. I think the crowd is going to be into it. I think all of a sudden you're going to have a passing game. I expect a big effort from the Eagles. It may not include the starters, but it doesn't need to either. I think they have more than enough behind the scenes to be able to get it done against one of the most porous defenses they will have faced all year long.
Yeah, it's again, 41.5 is interesting because understand this. That number is low because, yes, Washington and Josh Johnson don't have a great offense, but their starters are probably going to play. Still the notion of, the Eagles, you can't bench everybody. I get that. But you're not going to have your top pass rushers, your top linebackers, and your top cornerbacks in. And the key is, if anybody doesn't know, the dude can sling it. This is his one time. The Eagles aren't coming into this game, Joe, even with backup. Hey, you know what? Let's run the football. They're going to game plan for this kid to have success because the most important thing is if he goes out there and slays and says, Don, it's a meaningless game. Trust me. People around the NFL know how good Tanner McKee can be. He slings it on Sunday, 25 times for 225 yards, 2 touchdowns against Washington. That goes from, we might want to give you a second-round pick for that kid on the open market where everybody needs a quarterback. Keep an eye on that total because it could be sneaky at this point. Kansas City and Las Vegas. The one thing Las Vegas can't do is win this game. They had the trash toilet bowl last week, and they won it because they lost against the Giants. There's no way they're putting forth any effort in the final game of the season to blow that number 1 pick, which is going to get them their franchise guy. The only question is, Oladokun, Oladokin, whatever you want to call the guy, he's bad, but Andy Reid, I think, is going to win this football game because why? As I said, Vegas can't win this game, Joe. They can't.
No, and listen, Andy Reid is not a kind of guy that would, throw the towel in. And they like this kid. I mean, it's like the kid is calm, cool, collective. They still stayed within the number against Denver, right?
Yeah.
I think there's an opportunity for this kid to actually get a little bit better. And I think they're going to rally around him. Andy Reid is not rolling over for any. Still a lot of pride in this organization here. I don't see them losing to the Raiders in Las Vegas.
And by the way, just got some news here coming across the wire from Ian Rappaport. He's saying Lamar Jackson is going to practice today for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, let me ask you this question because this is a great, in line. That 3.5, I don't actually think that was set because they thought Lamar Jackson was coming back. I think it's more of a hedge. So if I ask you this question today, Joe, Lamar practices and looks like he's good to go for this weekend. I don't think we go back to 3s, Joe. I think we go to maybe 4s or higher for the Ravens. Am I wrong or no?
No, I agree with you. I mean, listen, he was soon after the game on Sunday that they lost against Cleveland. Baltimore the announcement was he is now available again. Like he was ruled out, wasn't available for that game. But then they made the announcement that right out in front that Lamar is available. Didn't mean he was going to practice, but it meant that they elevated him at that point. And even with that, Donnie, you're right. It opened up 3. It was 3 the entire time. Now, all of a sudden, we're starting to see 3.5s. I think there's more of a fade of Pittsburgh and the inability to push the ball down the field or stop the run. Don't forget, when they played a couple of weeks ago, they ran all over that Pittsburgh defense. Do you really need Lamar to win this game?
Here's the crazy part about it. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens are better with Lamar Jackson at quarterback than Huntley. But can't we just mesh the two and say, boy, do you look at your game plan when Huntley's in the game and you run the football and you're dominant and you can work off of that? Like, don't give me Lamar Jackson this weekend and be like, 30 pass attempts here. If you can keep Lamar under 25 passing attempts and continuously hand the football off, that's when the Ravens are at their best. So when people take a look at, they might be better with Lamar Jackson not in, it's not really a thing against Lamar Jackson. It's their coaching staff goes, we can run the football and we do it a lot. With Lamar Jackson, sometimes you stray away. We're not saying Lamar can't pass because he can, but Lamar can pass more than Huntley, but just don't go crazy. Continue to hand the football off and you probably win this game and head into the playoffs, man. Information that's live. We give it to you right here on the early line on the SportsGrid Network. George Kurtz joins us next. We'll ask him about Lamar and much more. Come on back.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
The early line getting you set for the new year. Today, it's New Year's Eve. We got bowl games on today. We got a playoff game on tonight. We got a big NFL weekend. It's Donnie right side. It's Joe Ranieri. Now we welcome in George Kurtz for the new year. Happy New Year, George. How's it feel?
Well, I guess so far so good. We'll see how it feels tonight, right? So happy New Year to everybody out there. You want to know how it feels? It feels cold. You're going to Times Square tonight, which I've done once in my life. I did it once.
Wow.
I'll never do it again, by the way. Never. Massive humanity, lucky to be alive there. But you go to Times Square tonight, good luck to you. There's not enough alcohol in the world to make me go to Times Square.
By the way, George, let me ask you a quick question on that, too, because the one thing that always gets me is it's not like you're going to a Jets or a Giants game, if you will, where it's like, hey, like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to go watch, I'm going to leave. You got to get there like 12, 13 hours early or even more and stand there throughout the night and freeze. My question is, how do you get to the bathroom? Because you lose your spot, do you get kicked out? What happens?
Yes. There are no there are no public toilets there. There are not no porta potties there. They tell you that you're just screwed. You know, I don't know. Bring a diaper. What do you want me to tell you, man? I don't know how people do it. I just don't know. It's 27 degrees now. It's going to get cold. I think we might get some snow later too. So listen, you're going, have fun, enjoy, but no thanks. I'll be here at home watching the games.
I'll tell you what else you'll be watching too, George. Sunday Night Football, a win or go home game between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. It's like the playoffs have already begun. We're getting word that Lamar Jackson is expected to practice today. The line currently sits as a 3.5-point favorite for Baltimore going up against Pittsburgh. Give us a little insight in that game. If Lamar plays or doesn't play, how do you feel about it?
I don't know if that's going to change my betting, how I'm going to feel about it, right? I mean, Huntley's pretty good. He's not Lamar Jackson, all right? I'm not saying that. But maybe this is my way of saying, does it matter who starts? Pittsburgh's got all sorts of problems. All right, they can't move the ball. No DK Metcalf. I mean, come on. How many throws? He's going to throw to MVS on Sunday, try and win that game. That's all he was doing. MVS this, MVS that. I'm going to keep doing face. There's no one else to throw the ball to. All right, they're going to have to use a heavy run game with Gainwell and Warren here. I got the whole bunch of passes to Gainwell out of the backfield, certainly playing his reception props there. As far as Baltimore, I don't think it matters here. Do I think Lamar Jackson starts? More than likely, I do. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Yeah. But we're hearing a lot of noise about Lamar Jackson's long-term future as well there in Baltimore, right? Because his contract is going to escalate there. They're going to have to redo that. So there's a lot of noise going on here. If they were to lose this game, now I don't think they do. I'm on Baltimore. I think they win the game. But if the Ravens lose this game and Lamar does play, boy, it's going to be a fun offseason in Baltimore.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real fun one here. But you got to love the NFL getting even more interest and lucking out with the Falcons beating the Rams, because now – you've got a situation, George, where Tampa, yes, they could stop the bleeding, win the game against Carolina on Saturday, and then they got to hope New Orleans beats Atlanta. Otherwise, Carolina can legit win this game or lose this game and still make the playoffs. Please make this make sense, George. What happens here?
I don't listen. If you figure it out, you might want to let Todd Bowles know. So what happened to Tampa Bay? I mean. You talk about a team that's fell flat on his face. And this is not all because Mike Evans got, the collarbone and they just went down with tubes there. I mean, it's been a strange season. Baker Mayfield, until about, mid-October was, he might win the MVP, right? He was playing that well here. And then, Evans got hurt. The defense just fell apart here. Remember Ibuka, who's going to win Rookie of the Year? He's on the back of a milk carton now. Their leading receiver the last couple of weeks is McMillan since he's come back from injury. McMillan! Not Evans, not Godwin, not Ibuka. All right, it's been. Listen, I know Mayfield's hurt. He's got the non-throwing shoulder, right? It's a little. I think that's separated, something like that there. So that's part of the excuse here. But what happened to this defense? I mean, what happened to this team as a whole here? I'm shocked, to put it nicely here. Then again, I have money on the Atlanta Falcons to win the division, so that didn't work out well either here. So what do I know? But as for this weekend, I don't know. I mean, Carolina's a completely different team on the road than they are at home here. So it's tough to trust them as well, and I don't know if I do. I'm going to be on Tampa Bay, but it'll be only because it's the game that's on. If this is a normal Sunday afternoon game, I'd probably leave it alone, just play props.
And also, like, that extra angle of, like, if Carolina loses, it might not be that big of a deal because as long as Atlanta wins, they'll still be in the playoffs. It's such an odd come up, so you can't get it. Put it this way. Tampa has to win this game. Carolina technically doesn't, even though they know they want to win. So some interesting stuff coming up. That's the Saturday game. George, let's talk a little hockey today. 12:30. Yeah, you got that right. Before 1 o'clock, little lunchtime action. Rangers taking on Washington today? How about that? What's up with that game?
Yeah, I guess that's the New Year's Eve day special. I don't know. I don't know if the AHL has done that a bunch there. I guess they don't want you out there partying, right? Going to a game with everything that's going on with DC area, the Landover area there. Be my only guess there. Listen, we all know a story with the Rangers. They can't score. All right, they can't. They played. Shesterkin plays very well in net, but they don't score goals here. It's been a problem all season long. Don't see that changing here. That doesn't mean we're taking the under, by the way. I mean, it's even money plus 100 there, so you certainly can, and certainly where I would lead to here. I'll take the Capitals. You're paying a price, though, at minus 152. All right, so it wouldn't be a big play here. I'm certainly not taking the goal line here, but give me the Caps here until the Rangers fix those scoring problems. Adam Fox could return today. That could change my mind. He does next couple of hours. We should find out shortly. That would be a big boost to the Rangers' offense and their defense.
So are you going to keep riding the Minnesota train here on the road against San Jose this afternoon as well? I mean, what is the ceiling for this Minnesota team that nobody's talking about?
You know, they added Quinn Hughes. They make the big deal, so they're going for it, right? Now, Joe, I'm not going to put them up there with the Colorado Avalanche, right? I think they're the best team in the NHL. The numbers show that. And I don't even know if I'm going to put them there with the Dallas Stars. I think Dallas is a better team as well. And, boy, they're all in the same division there. So they still might be the third best team in the conference and their division. Not going to be an easy road to hoe. I think they need to go all in. You traded for Quinn Hughes, which I guess was going all in. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep adding here. If you want to compete with these teams, you got to keep going here. As for the game this afternoon, you're playing San Jose. Now, San Jose is playing much better. But the first thing you look at, over. All right, over. Yeah. San Jose doesn't play defense, man. They're the Colorado Rockies. All right, you're playing in Coors Field here. Goals are going to be scored here, so I'm going to take the over here. Of course, I'm on the Wild as well. You don't want to lay them on the goal line here. You can put them in a parlay. You mentioned 12 games tonight. Plenty of choices here. So I'll give you the Minnesota Wild here and the over.
Hockey to end the year. By the way, all in next year. Are the Dallas Cowboys all in with Steven and Jerry Jones? They finally got the formula worked out, George, do they?
Oh, hey, they released Trayvon Diggs. He's going to fix the defense. Oh, I have utmost faith that Jerry Jones will fix the defense.
There it is. Happy New Year to George Kurtz. Thanks for joining us today. The Dallas Cowboys, if they make it to the playoffs next year, we'll find out. We'll be right back.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Counting down the new year right here on the Early Line. Why? Because tomorrow will be 2026, and we say goodbye to 2025. Couple of hours left here for myself, Donnie right side, and Joe Ranier. By the way, do we have programming live on the network right up till noon or midnight tonight? Do we have that? Is that you, Joe? Will we be doing that tonight?
I will not be, Donnie. I will not be. But I do believe there is some sort of programming happening here a little bit later, especially right around 7:30 when the U is taking on OSU, Ohio State.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun with that game, no doubt about it. And this time of the show, we talk all year long, Joe, since we're ending a year. But we always like to reach out to the people and see what's on their mind. At SportsGrid is our account. And here is our favorite poll. It's our Fade the Public poll. Championships. That's what our minds are on tonight. If you do follow SportsGrid, and we had the question for you today is, what is your best bet between number 10 Miami, number 2 Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl Classic tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on New Year's Eve? The over, the under, Miami with the points, or Ohio State to cover the spread? For me, I actually took the under 41.5 just as a sharp play because I think it's a ridiculous number. Not that I said I'm betting on it here, but Miami get 9.5 looks like a trap. It seems like they're setting traps all over the place today for us, man.
Well, I'll tell you this, Donnie. If that's the case, if it's I'm taking the points. I'll tell you that right now. I'll take the 9.5 with Miami if that's going to be the situation we're in. So the lower the scoring, the more it favors, I think, Miami keeping this game within that number. The higher the scoring, the less chance I think Miami has of covering this game. So I think those two things are correlated with that poll in the public as well.
You know what else people are getting scared of as well? Because sometimes, look, the numbers are the numbers. They don't just set numbers. They pull them out of a hat, as I like to say. But seeing Ohio State and Indiana low scoring, seeing Miami and Texas A&M low scoring, there are differences to that where, yes, like the Big Ten championship game, I thought it would be a little bit more high scoring. It wasn't. But Miami A&M actually had some juice because nobody could make kicks and the wind was really having, an effort on them. Tonight, we'll be in a dome in Miami with these teams extra time to prepare, particularly with Ohio State. We'll see how that factors in, but it should be a good game as it twins. But 36.5%, Joe, are betting on Ohio State as the favorite here at minus 9.5. What do you think about that?
Well, again, I do think there's some correlation here, and I know there's a significant portion, Donnie, of the betting public that's going to look at this game and going, well, it's got to be 9.5 for a reason, right?
Yeah.
They got it. I mean, they are the champions, right? And Miami only scored 10 points against Texas A&M. So and Texas A&M's defense is not Ohio State. So how are they going to score? Yada, yada, yada. Then you got the Mario Cristobal negativity. So it doesn't shock me that the public and people are all over Ohio State, but I'd be very careful with that.
Yes, very, very careful with that. We'll see how it plays out tonight. But also, we got some best bets to get to fresh off of a sweep last night. Can we do it again? Here's our bye. Take us down Victory Road, Joe, once again. Where are we headed tonight?
Well, Donnie, I'm going to go to that game, and I'm going to take a shot with the over. I'm seeing 40.5s right now lighting up the screen and being posted. But I'm anything, as good as these two defenses are, good defenses means, and we've seen Carson Beck sometimes, not exactly great against some better defensive, especially against the pass. And Julian's saying the two best defenses, especially defensive fronts he faced, were Texas and Indiana. They didn't score a ton of points there, but I do think what's going to happen, turnovers, Donnie, in this game are going to create short fields, and I don't think we need a ton in order to be able to get us to a, let's say, a 24-20 type of game, which is ultimately where I think this goes, and I think it's just too many weapons offensively to look at the under in this one.
And by the way, I'm going to take an NBA game tonight, Joe, and this might be one of the tougher nights to actually handicap because these guys looking to get out of there and get to their Halloween parties, get to their New Year's Eve parties. But I'm going to take a road team because I'm going to say the home team has party plans already set up. So I'm going to fade the San Antonio Spurs tonight and take the New York Knicks getting 1.5. And by the way, in the marketplace, you can actually get 2.5s right now for the New York Knicks. But I'm fading the fact that an NBA team will have a party to get to tonight, that's where I'm going to take the road team. How about that logic? Worked last night in an easy blowout victory with the Clip Show. How about that? That'll do it for the year. But we'll be back on Friday morning bringing you all that pain and much more on the early line.
Love it.